Hey guys, welcome to Speakeasy with Jase. So, as usual, I've got to share the stream out or just make sure that it's working on the different platforms. So, I'm going to give a moment for Facebook to kind of catch up to what we're doing and to put it out there. I'm super excited about what we have going on today and who our guest is today. So, give me just 1 second and make some comments and checks as I let this catch up. We have some awesome content coming up that I think is super, just really, really timely for where you are today. So give me just 1 moment. All right, so looks like everything is going well. Yeah, so let me set up what today is going to be about. So if you'll notice, the room looks a little bit different. I am not in the living room where I normally am. I have moved and set up a home, or I'm in the process of setting up a home studio. So you'll notice that the welcome sign is with me as normal. But now I'm in what used to be one of the bedrooms in my house and now is going to be a studio. So it's not all set up yet, and it's getting there. It's getting together. So here is one of our other paintings. I don't know if you've seen this one for a while. Here is the lion painting. That'll be one of the backdrops. And I've got light kits and stuff in here. Just not everything is set up yet. So, but it will be soon. So we're gonna have. And part of the reason I did this is, it's clear that regardless of what happens with the lockdowns and no matter how long they last, things are going to change in business. And no matter who you are, you need to have much more of an online presence, much more of a presence where you are putting out courses, workshops, digital or in real life. And you need to do a ton more internet marketing, because if you don't, it's just not going to go well for you. You've got to get on the net a whole bunch more and learn how to connect, make friends with people online, create value for them online, and get things really rocking that way. So that brings me to today's guest. I am super excited to have her on. I met her through a client of mine who's a friend that I'm now a client of, and she introduced me to Danielle. And Danielle has this heart for service that's awesome, and hopefully she'll share some of the numbers she's done in her business. She has just done amazing things with internet marketing, and she really has an expertise in a part of business that I don't. So I'm super, super excited to bring her on. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show. It's Danielle Clark. Danielle, it's good to see you.
Hi, guys. Good to see you too, buddy. It's been a while.
I know, it's been a minute. How busy are you right now?
It's something. It's something, I'll tell you.
Really? So
Yeah.
I probably did a horrible job introducing you. Please tell us more about you. And let me do some shout outs real quick.
Yep.
Uh, Christy, who is this? Kelly, Christine Lloyd joined, DW Grant joined, Natalie Lavelock joined, and Natalie says, two of my favorite people in one place. Great day. Thanks, Natalie. Natalie is the one who introduced us also. Thanks, Nat. So fill us in. Like, tell me more about who you are, what you do, and then let's
Yeah.
give these people as much content as we possibly humanly can.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm all
You're all
I
frozen.
spell.
Okay,
Huh?
there you go.
You
You're
hear
back.
me?
You were frozen for a second. Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, my internet's been wonky. I think we got some storms coming in.
Oh, by
Um,
the way, before Danielle goes on, she's
yeah.
a huge gamer, hence the gamer headsets. No, I'm just kidding. I have to tease her every time because normally her hair is a little bit bigger, and
I can
then
make
she
it bigger.
gamer headsets on, and I think it's hysterical.
Hold on. I know. I couldn't fix my hair. I was like, oh my God, it looked crazy before, but that's usually what makes it big.
Now you can't see the headsets.
You guys thought it's see him just go like that. Funny enough, my middle daughter said, "Mom, can I go to school to create games?" So
No way.
yeah, my she wants to be a software engineer. So
How cool is that?
yeah, she wants to create games. So I have a little and I have daughters, but they're all gamers. So it's really interesting. They're all very tech savvy, really good at games, and they kick my butt. Like seriously, I'm like, how where did you guys learn these skills? So yeah.
That's all. Hey, and just be clear for anyone watching, I wasn't trying to hair shame her. I love her hair. Because normally she'll be like having her game. I can't see. I miss them now. So it's just, I think it's hysterical when she has
All
her
right, we're
gamer
gonna
headset
do.
on.
All right, you guys got one, so we'll do both there.
There,
Is
no,
that better?
all good.
Can have both.
Let's do some other shout outs. Dean Hankey. Hey, Dean. Dean Hankey says, hey, sup, playa.
That's for me.
I think, yeah, what's up, playa, Danielle?
I like that.
On a personal side, all right. Now we'll get into the content. On the
Yeah.
personal side, well, go ahead and tell them who you are, and then we'll tell some personal stories later.
Yeah. So I lovingly call myself a digital disruptor. So what my tagline is that normal's the new insanity. And if you guys haven't gotten that since COVID-19, now you know. Um, so I'm an international best-selling author, speaker, and the CEO of Influence Builder and Entrepreneur City Live events. So I work with influencers and mission-based entrepreneurs, and they hire me to show them how to disrupt their niche, create impact, influence, and really powerful online platforms that will bring in multiple income streams for their business. So a lot of them are 6, 7 figure business owners and they want to up level and they want to do it quickly and effectively and kind of avoid those dead ends and the big gaps that can come when you're creating an online business. And yeah, so that's how I help them. And we do a lot of autopilot. We really dig into our niches. We show up in a different way. We come from a place of solution and changing the world one mission based entrepreneur at a time.
Oh, that's such a fit for me, and that's such a fit for my people. Betsy's watching now, by the way. Hey, Bets, and we have a bunch of other people watching. By the way, you guys, um, Danielle really is great. She said so much in such a short amount of time there, creating multiple streams of income, consistent clients. And then, did you say insanity is the new normal? Is that how you said that?
Normal's the new insanity.
So, if you guys have questions, pop them in the stream, and we'll get to whatever we can. So tell me about like what are you seeing, what's working, what are you doing, and what are some of the numbers because you've been telling me recently about some of your success marketing online.
Yeah. So I mean, where do you want me to start? If do you want me to start
Start
with
with
what
some
I'm seeing in
numbers
the
that are
online
impressive.
space? Huh?
Start with some numbers that are impressive. Like
Yeah.
what results you've been producing online.
Yeah, so 80% of my clients will see like 100% increase in their bottom line within 8 weeks. So what that looks like and it's different for everyone. I don't want to cookie cutter anyone, but what that really means is that we're digging into the products they're offering, the niche they're offering it to, and how that's flowing. And it's actually really quick and easy pivots that they just haven't thought about that's actually losing them a lot of money in their business. So once those gaps are filled and they've reprioritized who they're serving and how they're serving them and coming from a place of solution, then they see their income just skyrocket very quickly. So um, that's one of my favorite numbers. I think one of my bigger success stories is a quick cash program. So it's 5K in a day. I run it as a group program, but I also will add it on as bonuses to some of my high end clients. And in the past several months,
Mm,
all of these guys
so,
collectively have earned over half
Danielle,
a million.
we lost you after you said the last several months. It kind of lost you.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me again?
Yeah.
I know my apologies, my internet's really wonky today. It's been kind of going in and out. So within the last several months, my clients who have come in for my 5K in a day programs, they've created over half a million in
Oh,
extra
yeah.
income. So they've created a lot of extra income that they otherwise wouldn't have without the program and the strategies and the online. And these are all online campaigns. So people are finding that there's a lot they can do that they just haven't thought about, and they're not looking at it from the perspective and lens that um, a digital marketer does. So on average, and the other thing is that when it comes to lead gen, I feel like a lot of people struggle with this, and it's no, I feel actually we did a survey on our group, and our group has over 1,000 members, and 80% of them said that lead generation was their number one pain point. So out of 1,000 women entrepreneurs, 80% of them said that lead generation was their number one pain point. So,
Wow.
and to me, that says a lot about what I do, because actually, lead gen, it's really easy for me. And so I know how to teach people. I know what they're not looking at. I know they're not systematizing this, but so my clients, when we do lead gen, it increases by 250%. And not in a short amount of time. We're talking about in a matter of days, in a matter of weeks, so that they're getting anywhere from 2 to 5 hot leads. And I actually have one case study where we're getting 20 hot leads per day using social media marketing and magnetic marketing, which is the pull marketing. So
All right, that's a lot to take in, all of that. So,
sorry,
and
that's a
and
lot of
also,
numbers.
just to be clear, is that happening today post COVID? Like,
Yeah.
what are you seeing post COVID? And what are you seeing with, are people buying? Are people spending money? Are they locking down? What?
I've seen both. And if I'm going to give it a global, um if I'm going to say globally, what's happening is that those that are doing really well, the pivot they've made is in their messaging and the targeting of their offerings, and not just the targeting of their offerings based on what they were, before COVID, but it's the targeting of their clients' pain points now. So what I found is that our clients, if they had lead generation problems before COVID, now it's intensified. Now they really need leads. If they were having problem with sales calls and making sales, now it's intensified even more dramatically post COVID. So those that are pinpointing those intensified pain points, creating a solution that works, are the ones that are still selling and selling easily. So that would be my global look on it. Um, the other thing that I think is becoming really aware for how entrepreneurs are running an online business is that the need for community is even higher now. So a lot of entrepreneurs have been able to make it really well, just by doing the marketing and the sales. And when we come into a situation like COVID, where it changes everything and turns it upside down, well, it makes it that much harder to stand out. It does. It makes it hard. There's a lot of noise. It's a wonderful time to be online because even more of your ideal clients are there. But really, to create a recession proof or a COVID-19 proof business, having a community to always pull from that you've been nurturing is essential. And I think people are just starting to realize that, man, I haven't really done enough to create a baseline community and nurture them.
Mhm.
And if I had, then this would be a different story for me.
So tell me more about creating that community and
Hmm.
how you've been able to do that. And I mean, because a lot of people can start groups and then nothing happens, right? Like, what do you do?
Yeah. Well, so if you're going to create a group, let me talk about like a case study. We created a group, me and my business partner, called Edgy Women of Influence. Now, right there, that title, it tells you exactly who we're targeting and it tells you what we're doing. So we want edgy women who are building influence. And that one title has attracted in exactly who we want to be working with. We want to work with amazing women that are powerhouses. And those that can self-identify, like and it's hilarious. They self-identify like I'm edgy. They get an invite and then they come in and they're like, this is great. So so the first thing is in the messaging and making sure that the messaging is really about your avatar. It's about your ideal client. Like who are they and what do they want? What is it that they self-identify with the title of your Facebook group? So creating that is awesome. And then the other little trick is that in order, you can't just make assumptions. You just can't. Like we can all assume that we know our ideal clients and exactly what they need, but I will tell you, there's always one little piece of it that will at least one piece that will surprise you. So if
Hmm.
you're creating the Facebook group, the other thing you get to create is questions, entry questions, which is really
Okay.
simple to do. You can do that in the settings of
Yeah.
your Facebook group. And the three questions that I tell everyone globally to use is like, where did they come from? So how did they find the group? What are their biggest gaps right now? And then of course putting in whatever you're serving with that group. So for you, Jace, it could be, what do you feel like your biggest gaps in speaking are?
Give me those questions again. I want to pop them on the screen, please. So where do they come from?
Where'd you come from? We want to be able to track where they're coming from. So did somebody invite them? Did they get an invitation from LinkedIn? Did they see us from Facebook on the sidebar with the groups? We want to know where they came from so we can track that.
Okay.
The second one is you want to find out what their gaps are that you can serve them in. So for us, it's what are your biggest? Wow, my hair looks really crappy.
No, it's awesome.
Oh, that's fun.
Oh, I love it. And it wasn't about your hair, it was about your headphones. You guys should make gamer headphones. Those are not fancy headphones, those are gamer headphones, and I love it.
My computer's a gamer computer, by the way. I specifically got a gamer computer because it creates better videos and modules and it can store more. So
well, that's why. Okay, so here's one of the stories I was going to tell. So Danielle does her first event ever in where were we? San Diego, and
yeah. Oh, this is the first one with us, yeah.
And so, first one that we did together. So then afterwards, we jump on Razor scooters, and Danielle and I ride those, like the electric ones, though. You know, like the Limes or Birds, and we're riding those all over the place. You know, late at night, it's all deserted and empty, and it was just such a blast. And then we drive down by the marina, and I'm like, I think my thing's running out of gas because it slows down to like walking speed or less, and I'm like, what's going on? We found out that they throttle the scooters in certain areas of San Diego by the water, but we just had such a good time. Like one of the things I love about you is you know your stuff, but you're super approachable and real, and I love that. And so to me, the gamer headphones like speak to that. So that's why I talk.
You were so funny. You looked over me like, this is a memory, Danielle. I'm like, oh, you're so sweet. Wow. What a big softie. So I'm just letting everyone know that how sweet you are. You're like a big brother. So it's been, and you do remind me of my big brother, which is really funny.
Cool.
So, but yeah, so the second question is like, you want to ask them what their biggest gaps are, and you want them to self-identify what their biggest gaps are. And that's taking the assumption out of anyone that comes into your sphere of influence. So that's the second thing. The third thing is some call to action to get their email. So whether it's, hey, do you want to get extra promotions? If so, just drop your email. You want that information so that you can put them on your email marketing platform. So the other thing I'm noticing with digital marketing, and I know a lot of my other digital marketing friends are saying the same thing, we have to get people on multiple platforms. So it's not just enough to put it in a Facebook group. It's not just enough to put it on LinkedIn. It's not enough just to put it on email marketing. You need all of these working and in a very synergistic way to really get in front of your ideal client and have them identify you as an expert. So those are the three questions I usually tell people. Those are like globally, that's what you want. If you don't know what to ask, those are the three things that you need. And you need it for one, for your metrics. You need it two, to know what their gaps are so that you can actually serve them within the group. And even you can create products specifically based on the pain points. So with 80% of our females, and by the way, that group, it went over 1,000 in 2.5 months. That's how quickly you can grow it. And it hasn't been with any ads or anything like that. It's all organic. It's all organic, and it's been on the side of, client fulfillment and speaking and putting together a live stream event. So it grows very quickly. And then we're doing our due diligence of really asking the questions, really digging into what their biggest pain points in. And we know that lead generation is their biggest pain point. And not just any of them, 80%, 800 of them have lead generation as an issue.
Very easy. So you've got, where did you come from, your gaps? What was the third question? And then I want to do some shout outs after that. What was the third question?
The third question is just a call to action of some sort to get their email. So it could be that, hey, we have a Speakeasy blueprint that will help you get more speaking gigs. I'm just making it up as I go along. Drop your email and we'll send it to you. So awesome. You want to get their email. Yep.
Very cool. Let me do some shout outs, comments. Natalie said, good point. Dave Shore said, she does look like a gamer playing League of Legends. The richest League of Legends player not on Twitch. But Dexter Young, a guy I used to play Halo with, talking about, teasing you about looking like a gamer. I went through this
Oh,
in my life when I was like down and depressed, a rough time, and I used to spend tons of hours, probably thousands of hours a year playing this game Halo. And
yeah.
Dexter Young and I used to play that long time ago. It was funny, he put up a post like he was going through a rough time in his life too, but I didn't know that. Like that was our escape. But yeah, man, I spent thousands of hours with that guy online. Daniel Ensing, hi. Joel Smith, good to see you. Annie Tolbert, hello. Dave Shore, Lynn Helen, Bob Heron, Melissa Danielson, good to see all of you guys. And on this screen, we've got Robert Wall. Hey, Robert. Adam Sternberg, Erica Murphy. Good to see all of you guys. Welcome in. I'm glad you're here. Please like and share the stream if you're getting value from the stream. That would be awesome. Cool. So you gave like a ton of content in there. All right. So take us to your next thing. And then also you're seeing lead gen, is it converting to cash? You mentioned 500,000 or something, but how much in the last month or so?
Yeah. For the clients, gosh, that's a metric I may not know. I would say, oh yeah, she did really well. I'd say over 100K in the last month.
Wow.
Yeah.
Any others doing well?
So the ones that are doing well are, believe it or not, the ones that are really going for it were speakers, and everything got canceled. So now they're really digging into their programs and really putting the programs out there and following up with all like the drawer full of business cards that they got when they spoke at 20,000 speaking gigs the last 2 years. Those ones are really the ones that are stepping up and saying, okay, I have programs, I just haven't taken the time because I've been speaking on stage all the time. So if it hasn't been an immediate yes, I'm in, the cards have gone into the drawer. So now with all the COVID stuff going on, they're pulling out their drawer, they're going through, they're adding the emails to their CRNs, which is a customer relationship management tool. Kartra is my favorite if you guys want to know a good one to use. And they're following up and nurturing.
I think most of my audience knows what all of these things are.
Okay.
I'm not sure everybody does. And Joel Smith does for sure. Joel Smith said love. He loves that. Lisa says, hey. So Joel does a lot of internet marketing, digital marketing too. So but for people that don't, what she's talking about, it's just ways to organize the contacts you meet and to send them emails and communicate with them and track who you've talked to and when you've talked and how you've talked and all that good stuff. By the way, total side note, those of you who are watching that use Infusionsoft, which I do, they have a thing called WePay where they will process the credit cards for you, and evidently WePay is through Chase. Well, because of all this COVID stuff, and if you're a speaker or you're event-based, please pass this on. They're worried about refunds and chargebacks with live events being postponed and canceled, so they're now holding back money on sales until 15 days after the live event. So I am moving off of WePay if they don't get their stuff together. That's just ridiculous because I have people who are making their last payment on a 12-month program that they've already been through, and WePay's holding that last payment. Like, it's just ridiculous.
Puts you in a really bad spot, and we're supposed to be supporting small business owners right now as a community and as a country. So bad news for them. Bad on them.
Total different conversation. Yeah. Rich Willens joined. Lisa joined. Hi. Good to see all of you guys. All right, so keep going with us. What else you got? Just lay it on it.
Yeah. So speakers, they're taking the time to. Here's what they're doing. They're taking the time to nurture. They're nurturing. With digital marketing, it is different. Like it is different, and I get it. People are like, yeah, but online there's more touch points. Whereas live there's less. There's like one or two touch points when you're live speaking in front of people and you're already seen as the expert. You got to work harder in the digital space. And I understand. The one thing, the differentiator between the two is that online can be automated. Like it gets to be preloaded and then it just goes. So then the only thing that you see for the touch point can be is when you're jumping on an introductory sales call or a clarity call of some sort so that you can sell them into a program. So then it becomes very similar to a live event. You just have to know what those touch points are. So nurturing is key. People who are nurturing and who are you really understand your client. You really understand their pain points and what it is they need. So when you can do that, when you can, and my clients who are doing that are speakers and can go right in and nurture and then move them into a program that's aligned, they're selling. They're selling very easily. Like people are still buying. In fact, I'm noticing that with this downtime, more people are buying. So it's
Really?
the opposite. Yeah, if it's something very specific that is solving a very specific pain point that gets them through this time, people are buying.
Okay. That's awesome.
Like
That's really
I
cool.
know everyone's like, "Oh gosh, what are we going to do?" And I'm like, "Are you kidding me? This is like the best time to jump online and put out a solution-based product."
So good. Harold Malloy just joined. Good to see you, Harold. That's awesome. All right, so keep going. And well, the other reason I joined Danielle on also is because next weekend I'm going to be on her stage. So
This weekend.
this weekend. Oh, well, by next it means in the next 4, whatever. In this coming whatever Friday, Saturday, Sunday, she's putting on an event, whatever the days are exactly. That's why you're here to give out the days. But I'm going to be speaking on her thing, and she was going to have a live. And what she did that I love is she pivoted, made it virtual and a live later. So like
Yep.
she's giving people more, and that's what I've started to do with my black belts, which is my highest level speaker program. We were supposed to have an event here in Boise in May, and I don't think travel is going to be open by May, or at least it's not a good idea yet. So we're going to do a virtual that weekend, plus do a live one later in the year to make up. So we'll do the same amount of events. Actually, we'll do more. They'll get more than they pay for. So if you're a coach or speaker's got live events, just double it up, give them more. I mean, you're probably sitting at home too. So quick shout outs. Allison Trevino joined. Hi, Allison. Good to see you again. Good to see all you guys. So by the way, if you're watching and you like the show, please like and share the stream. It helps us and helps us help more people, which is something super important to us. So, and also mash that like or love button a whole bunch. And if there's anyone you think would benefit by this information, tag them or share it to their page, please. All right, so keep going, Danielle, and then tell us also at some point what's going on this weekend as well. This weekend.
Yeah. So so products that are selling are solution-based products. Jase has asked me to slow down, guys, so I'm gonna have to slow down my.
Oh, we just lost her. She just dropped, and now she's back.
Yeah.
I can't slow down. Leave.
You want me to slow down? Okay. So like my brain works really fast, guys, and then sometimes my mouth can keep up. So I'll slow it down. So what is working really well, guys, in the online space is solution-based products. The other thing that's working is nurturing, building community, coming together is the other thing I will say that's working really good is coming together. So if you have colleagues that you have complementary products and you guys can solve a bigger problem together, now's a really good time to make those partnerships so that you guys can do this together and you can hit a bigger circle of influence together. So the other thing I'm seeing is a lot of people are partnering up. They're partnering up with people that have a complementary program or product, and they're coming to the platforms with a bigger solution. And because it's a further outreach, and it's usually something that the clients already need. I don't know how many times you've done a call where they're like, well, I need this, Jase, from you, but I also need something else. I need this too. How do I do this? And being the high integrity coach that you are, you're not going to offer them something that you don't know. You're like, well, this is my genius. This is what I'm really good at. This is what I offer you. And then hopefully they're going to buy from you, but it would be so much easier to bring in somebody else that offers something different, right?
Let me comment on that before you go on. Something that drives me nuts, and you can tell how. If you're buying a coach, here's one of the ways you can vet if this is a coach who's really successful as a coach. Now, someone may have been very successful in business, but it doesn't mean they've transferred that to coaching. If they do this and this and this and this and this, oh, I can do that for you. It's not who you want to hire because, well, maybe it is, but they're just trying to get by. And so they're so focused on just getting by, they're offering everything. The other thing that personally drives me nuts, which cuts now I'm going to direct this towards the coach. If you're a coach and you're doing this, here's how it's hurting you. I'll see people who want to learn how to speak and they're coaches, and so they'll crush it a couple of times. They'll get good coaching, and they'll crush it, meaning they made some sales. And now they're a speaker coach as well. And so I look at them when I'm looking at who I want to align with, and I'm like, do I want to bring this person on my stage who's gonna do whatever they can to make the sale, but in a negative way, not an integrity way? And I'm not going to bring that person on my stage because they're going to try and suck the. I have no problem with doing whatever you can to make a sale by making a bigger package and providing better service and like coming, really playing full out within your lane. But it's when people are, well, that's a good way to explain it. Let's suppose there's 4 lanes of cars and you're in your lane and you're doing whatever you can to rock it. Great. But if someone's swerving like this, it's dangerous for everybody. And so these newer speakers do that. So now I'm going to flip it to, here's the advice I want to give you guys. The way I put things together, and I actually just reached out to Danielle about this. One of the things I saw is people need to get online and they need to have courses. And can I actually just riff for a moment? I'm going totally off topic of what you're talking about, but I was thinking about this for our call today. You guys creating products and getting it online. So one of the things that drove me nuts this week, Danielle, or last week, everybody's making these memes about haircuts at home, right? And one of my friends, their sons, like, did a bowl cut up top with a mullet in the back, so they call it the bullet, and it's horrible. And people,
I gotta look that up now.
I don't think it's a thing yet. They just did it.
Oh, it hasn't gone viral. It's gonna go viral.
Should, but my point is, all these memes are coming up about people taking haircuts, right? So I reached out to a woman who's a social media influencer locally and who has a film crew, and I reached out to my the guy that cuts my hair, and I'm like, hey, let's make some videos and sell them or give them for lead gen and goodwill, or let's sell them and make money. And I didn't, and the guy, both of them are like she was excited. Then she sends me some video that's horribly shot of this other woman kind of teaching how to do home COVID haircuts. And like, no one's gonna buy it and watch it. And the dude was like, I don't know, not getting back to me. And so I don't know if they weren't interested or what, but it was like, there's such an opportunity and people aren't taking advantage of it. And I was thinking, well, maybe why didn't the haircut guy do it? Maybe I didn't do a good job of selling the project, but I don't think it's that. Maybe he just didn't get the value, right? And how much money could he make? And I think he might think, so I was processing this. Perhaps, and this is where I think other people go to with creating courses, they think, well, if I teach them in a course, then they're not going to want what I've got because I just gave it to them in a course. So but it's the opposite, you guys. When someone absorbs, digests, consumes, reads, watches something you've put out and they like it and they paid for it, it helps them want more from you. And everything they get of you digitally makes them want more of you in person. So for instance, have you heard of the book, The Art of War? The Art of War? No, The War of Art. The War of Art, not The Art of War, The War of Art.
Oh, The War. Okay, I haven't heard of that one.
It's by Stephen Pressfield, the guy who wrote The Legend of Bagger Vance. But it's really about the battle that creatives go through to get their art into the world. And it really, he has a couple books. One is just Do the Work, it's called. And it's just brilliant for people like us. I consider us creatives who are writing, creating, putting stuff online. And he just offered a mastermind. And it includes like his books, but then like a once a month call with him. And I bought his mastermind because I love his books and stuff. And so I want to know him. And so to wrap all that up, if you're someone who's creating product, it doesn't pull people away from you. It makes people hungrier and more desiring of you. And so having that product out there, like if that haircut guy had done it, people would have seen it, got to know him, and it kind of celebritizes you in a way. And they would have been like, oh my gosh, I want to come in and get a haircut by this guy. And if they're in, we're in Boise, Idaho, if they're in, where are you right now?
Charlotte. If
they're in Charlotte watching the video, at some point they happen to be in the Pacific Northwest, they might be like, hey, let's go get our haircut by this guy in the video. Like, it could be a little celebrity thing. It's like when I lived in Vegas, Pawn Stars was being shot, and I'd drive by the Pawn Stars place, and there was always a line around the building to get in because people saw it on TV. So that same thing carries over with product.
Yeah,
Did that
absolutely.
make sense what I just said?
Yeah, and there's a couple of piggybacks I want to put on it. So yeah, you're right. With a course, and a lot of times people legitimately can afford like the high ticket and they want to, but having and I call these like the marketing ecosystem. Having something at a lower price point to get them up to the point where they're ready for the one-on-one, it's a great alternative and you don't lose a sale that way. In fact, if you put the course on autopilot, great, and then it's automated and they still get a piece of you. What they're missing is the secret sauce, which is you. So as a coach, I mean, come on, like sitting with you and getting a PowerPoint done or within a group setting is much more powerful than any course I could watch. And honestly, I'm probably going to fall within that 80% of people that don't finish courses. I'm the type of girl that will read the end of the book just because I can't wait until the end of the book. So I would do that in a course and I would get what I would need and I would get out. Whereas if I was working with you one on one, I would get the experience of it, which is much more important to me anyway. It's like the personal experience. So, and
Yeah,
if I translate that into if I gave people a course on how to create magnetic marketing and messaging, they'll get what they need. They'll get the process, but they won't get the secret sauce, which is me, which is, I'm a wordsmith when it comes to digital marketing messaging. They won't get my eyeballs on it. They won't get that. So, um, even if they buy the course, they're still going to need the secret sauce, which is you. That's kind of
totally.
my thought on that.
And then bringing back to what I was talking about, the coaches.
Swerving,
Huh?
the swerving of the
Yeah.
vehicles.
Yeah. So like I thought about let's get people online as fast as we
Mhm.
can. Well, I'm not an expert in the lead gen, which you are. And then I really do know how to make product, and I made plenty of product. And my friend Natalie, who's been on the show, that's what she does. So my brain goes to instead of me trying to do all of it and take it all for myself, I picked up the phone and I called you and I called Natalie. And I said, "What's your wholesale price? If I bring in clients, what can I pay you that you could knock out?" Like I spoke to you about, what could you do to knock out their lead gen? Go to Natalie. What could she do to help them write the course? And then I'll help them write a killer presentation so they can sell it on a webinar and crush it and get lots of clients.
Yeah.
And then put together a package. And so what I look for is people who stay in their lane, that are excellent in their lane, and then we can build something together, and we're not going to like step on each other's toes, and we're going to help each other grow. And so
Yeah. You're building a triple decker bus.
yeah, that's what I love about phone thing. A triple decker bus.
So it's a triple decker bus. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, so that's what we're doing. So tell me more then. So tell me about what you have going. Well, let's tell them what we have going on this weekend, how they can participate, all that good stuff.
Yeah, and I gotta create a Bitly link for you. I think because your link's too long. But we have.
Text it to me. I'll do it while you're talking.
You want it? Okay. I'll you want me to text it to you or just message it
Or
to you?
message
Okay.
through Facebook.
I'll message
Or
you.
wherever you want to message it to me.
Okay, I'll message it to you. I'll just have to go into the. It'll take just a second.
So while she's doing that, I'll do. Hey, go ahead and do that, and I'll talk about some other stuff I have coming up. So, you guys, you're about to see a bunch of stuff come on. I honestly, with this COVID thing, everybody, I kind of got like, I don't know, a little bit shut down isn't the word, but a little bit kind of like negative, a little bit kind of quiet, a little bit whatever for a while. And I was
Buried in all the toilet paper.
What'd you say?
Buried in all your toilet paper.
No, I actually got a bidet. So. And I installed it. I actually had like a mental emotional. So when I was in my 20s, my dad bought this. My dad helped me buy this condo foreclosure, and I had to do all this work on it. I hated it, right? And I'm also, I didn't think I was good with my hands, but I installed a bidet. And it
Nice.
pieces, and I went to Home Depot and I got the pieces that were missing, and I was like, I mean, granted, it's not the big, but it was a hot and cold water bidet, so it's awesome. So anyway, so I had an emotional breakthrough, but it just, I don't know, something clicked in the last few days. It just, because some of the coaching I've been getting other places, not you, other places, was just what I got is my business is an expression of love. And I was getting too hemmed in. They're telling me, focus here, focus here, focus here. And there wasn't enough freedom to really touch the heart the way I want to. So the reason I'm bringing that up for you guys watching is you're about to see me launch out personal growth course I'm going to put on because people need it right now. And then
Mhm.
Profit Factory is happening, which is sales marketing mindset for Christian business owners. And there's a lot more stuff like that. And it's time to really help a lot more people, plus just a lot more entrepreneur training. And what I mean by that is people, I realize so many people don't know what it means to be an entrepreneur. It really is find a problem, help people solve it. It's pretty darn simple, right? So,
It's a mantra for entrepreneurs. Oh gosh, there's a really good mantra that's on. It's on like a board, like when people put the wall art. I saw one of those with the entrepreneurial mantra, and I'm like, somebody needs to buy that for me because that's exactly what it is that we do, which is that we solve problems. We're innovators.
mhm.
We're creatives, and we don't fit the pigeonhole of corporate and cubicles because we can't. We have so much to give and so much more to offer that it just there's no cubicling us.
Yeah, and you the way you there's so much in entrepreneurship I could go sideways, not sideways, but like go down a whole rabbit hole. But it's you guys, we get paid for results, we get paid to help people, we get paid to provide value, we get paid to provide something to them that improves their life mentally, emotionally, or physically, or financially. Um, and you got to make it easy and fun for people to work with you and not so rigid like so many other. Just anyway, a lot more of that's coming out because I realized that that's all that I used to train in so long ago, and
Mm,
people need it. So back to this weekend.
yeah. So it is a spin on what was supposed to be our 3-day live, and it's what I told everyone. I'm like, this isn't what I wanted. I wanted to be in person and hugging you guys because I'm a hugger, and it's like a big no-no right now to hug strangers. Um, And so I'm like, well, you know what? We're gonna be able to hug again. I'll be able to, come up and talk to you in person, get you a coffee and all that good stuff. And what is it that we can do now to get you ready for it and to still offer you guys a ton of value? And so we turned our live into a live stream. And that's what we're doing. So we're doing 3 days of live streaming, and it is a lot of it's online marketing. That's my jam. So lead generation, online marketing, but then we have Jase coming in talking about speaking. We have Natalie's coming in and talking about signature product development, high ticket product development. We have Kevin Hoover coming in telling you how to take 5 days of work and putting it into two, and he's got a fantastic story of why that wasn't not something that he did. It was a necessity. So, and we've got mindset help, we've got leadership, all of this stuff, amazing speakers. We even have financial support. So, we've got two amazing men who Jason introduced me to, Jason Henke and Greg Wilder, coming in and talking
Oh,
about,
fantastic!
yeah, they're sponsors. They're going to come in and talk too. We have someone coming in talking about tax-free income. Who doesn't want to learn? With everything that's going on, I want to learn some different ways of putting aside money besides my plummeted 401k. So that's what's going on, guys. Lots of good information. And you sign up, and yes, we want you to come in and hang out live with us. You're going to want to. We're not only knowledgeable experts, we're entertaining experts. We're very entertaining. And we're really good at taking those big concepts and grounding them for you in a fun way. So that's what's
We
happening.
are so fun.
Yes, we are fun. We're fun people.
Nothing says
Um,
fun like having to say you're fun.
it's nothing.
How much is it?
How can you enunciate fun really well? I'm not doing it very well. So that's what's going on. But even if you guys can't come live to all the speaker topics, you can sign up, get the schedule, come to the ones you can make, and then get the replays up to a week. So May 1st, we'll make the replays available for everyone that signs up too.
How much is it?
It's free. It's free for the live stream. You can upgrade and get the digital download, and you can also upgrade one more time to get your ticket to the live event, which is going to be September, October. So we'll see how it plays out. I did get news yesterday that Georgia, which the live event will be in Atlanta, is opening up the state.
Great.
Yeah, they're starting it as of last night. They're going to start slowly opening up. So we will be fall for the live event. Yeah.
Wow, cool. Hey, shout outs real quick. Greg Bryan just joined. Greg, good to see you. And you guys, I just posted the link where you can join us at Entrepreneur City Live. I put that in the comments. So you can join us there. And then here's the banner. You can just go to bit.ly/EC Live Jase 2020. So unfortunately, I can't make it clickable in the video, but I put it in the Facebook comments. So if you guys look at the comment stream, you could just click there and join us. Super easy. Let's see. Oh, that's funny. I put it in the Facebook Live comment stream. So stream.
Is that clickable? Is that clickable?
Yeah, no,
No.
no, it's not because it's just in the video. Yeah, that's awesome. You guys, I'm looking forward to this because there's going to be a lot of great training. And one thing I know about who Danielle has it, because I know, well, one thing I know of the ones I know, all of us are actually doing it. And we know what the heck we're talking about. We're not just a bunch of new speakers. One of the things that's going on right now, it's kind of driving me nuts at events, is how many speakers are brand new and they got on stage because they paid for it, which there's nothing wrong with that. What's wrong with it is when you're going to get content and there's speakers who can't deliver. But I know that who you have are good and they can deliver. Bridget just joined. Bridget, good to see you. Thanks for joining the live stream. Thanks for joining Speakeasy with Jase. Awesome. Cool. So who else? By the way, I just talked to Jason Henke yesterday. So we were mentioning We Pay You guys is holding money. Jason's company Direct Pay isn't. So he is sitting on a gold mine right now because I think people will be jumping ship left and right off of those guys. Really, no warning, no nothing, just arbitrarily. Oh, they sent me money, and then the next day they're like, "Oh, we pulled that money back."
That's not right. I know. I was like, I think you told me that. I was like, well, I guess Jason's going to be really, really busy because that's the other thing with live events. And it was at the San Diego one. I had two of my merchant accounts lock me out because we were processing too much low ticket, too much all at once. And I was forewarned like a couple days before, and I'm like, man, I never even thought of it. But then, it was fine. We were able to do a workaround because there's always a workaround. And Jason has been fantastic, and he got me hooked up immediately. So I send all my clients to him. I'm like, don't even bother with everything else. You can have it as a secondary or a third, but you want to talk to Jason, and this is what you want to use. So
Jason, you should be watching the stream.
I need to talk to him. I need his stuff. I need his bio. So you talk to him, tell him to call me.
Yeah. So, but what she's talking about too, if you start doing live events by live, we're going to now just include virtual in that description. It used to not be, but now I think live includes virtual, which is great. You want to call your merchant. I learned this with PayPal early on, luckily, because someone warned me. And so now I've just made it a practice. When you're going to have a live event, you're ideally going to be pushing through a lot more sales all at once. So you want to have a way to warn your merchant account that's coming up. So just give them a call or an email and say, hey, here's what's coming. And typically they're really cool with it because you were proactive with them with it. So who else do you have coming onto EC Live? Who else is coming on there?
So we have Katya Rabe. So she's going to be digging into client avatar too. Jill Albany's fantastic. She's going to be talking about, the biblical version of serving with sales. So I love that she's going to be talking about that. We have Melinda Broadstone. She's going to be digging into the mindset piece. We also have Erin Strayer coming on. So she really talks about leadership. She's a fantastic leadership. And also Erin has the Erin Strayer show, which is live streamed to millions of viewers. And so she's going to actually be talking about why live streaming is fantastic for your business. So really excited about that. And I know there's a couple more and I'm just not pulling them forward right now. But yeah, there's a few more there. For me, you guys are gonna get. Oh, sorry.
That was sorry. I'll show you what just happened because I clicked the link to make sure it worked, and I wanted to
Is that my pop-up exit?
Yeah.
You guys can't leave without me yelling at you.
So it's this. So here's the thing, and then oh, there it is. I like to use the name Shindig, by the way. Shindig. And then yes, give me access. Click, click. I love it. How do I get the pop-up to appear?
You gotta pretend to exit.
Like just put a
You
different
gotta,
email.
no, like you're gonna go and hit the X mark in your tab, and then it'll pop up.
No,
Oh.
it's fully closed.
So it pops up when it's a pop-up exit form, and when you go to hit the X out, I pop up with a video saying, "Wait, don't go yet." So I basically scream at you to just come back.
Don't go, don't go. Yeah, it was actually great. And what I was loving about it is, let's see if I get that to work again.
It actually increases the conversions by 5% when you use an exit pop-up.
Really?
Mine increased by 8% because I was that desperate, I guess. The video.
You do that what?
Because I must have sounded that desperate, but my pop-up exit increased the conversions 8%. So
There it is.
there it is.
Wait.
Yeah. Like,
Wait, are you guys leaving without signing up? Don't forget to put your name and your email and sign up. We can't wait to see you in there. So name, email, sign up. We'll see you on the 23rd.
it works really good.
I love it. You know what I love too is, and this is one of the great lessons too, because if people look at your video, you're literally where you are right now, wearing the same headset with the same background. Like, do you have to go? Do you have to get all of this super professional stuff done to make great converting websites and internet presence?
No, you don't. Like, and it's not that whole done is better than perfect. It's come on, guys. We're in an office at home. Let's be real here. People want to see the real. And if they see you out talking and like outside and like this is my office every day. Come on, really, it's not. Um so real is better than perfect, is what I
Yeah.
say. Real is better than perfect. Let's be honest. Let's tell people what they're gonna get. If they're gonna see us in this, I mean, because everyone sees me. I do my client calls with my gamer headphones on. They can hear me better. Then let's deliver what they're gonna get. And I think that people use it as an excuse not to get it done. Well, I need to go and have professional videos done. I can't afford that because I just paid for this massive program. So get it done. These pages, the pages that Jase just showed you, they convert 80% of the people that come in. So, I mean, and that's warm traffic. Cold traffic, people who have never met me before in their life will come in and convert at 35%. That's unheard of. That's unheard of for cold traffic to come in and convert that high. Warm traffic, 80%. So if that doesn't convince you to go ahead and just get it done and just make the message really powerful, I don't know what will. Just get it done.
That's
Do it yourself.
amazing.
Mhm.
That's awesome. So are you going to share some of these secrets, like how to do that stuff during the event?
I can. I'll tell you the systems I use. I'll tell you guys everything I use. So,
What are you
um,
going to be talking about?
So I'm going to be talking about lead generation. I'm specifically going to pick out two platforms, two online marketing platforms, and take you guys through exactly what we do. I've got a case study with our Facebook group that worked beautifully. So that went from zero, like a big zero, a new partnership in January, and it blew up into over 1,000 ideal clients in a group within 2.5 months, and it's just converted from there. We've nurtured these guys, we've brought them in, and we're utilizing this group to fill out their programs. We're utilizing the group to get to do the market research. So I'll be talking about the importance of the messaging and the market research, the positioning that happens. um, I'm not great at positioning myself on stage. I will say that. Probably need to talk to Jase on a sidebar, but man, I know how to do it in the online space. So there's a lot of little techniques that people don't know about that it's right at the fingertips. It will make a massive difference in your business. Massive difference.
I think one of the things that really makes a difference that you do that so many people don't is all that research that you're talking about. It's just not common for people to do it, to put in the work, to know how to do it. And it's not, I mean, it's at first, it doesn't sound like the most sexy thing in the world, but then when you see the results, it's like, oh, that's really sexy.
That, and I don't think that people like to I don't think that people like to look at their numbers. Like, we really are going to talk about your metrics and your analytics. And the analytics are important because they tell you the what people are doing in the online space. So what is it that they're doing? Well, they're going to this sales page and this opt-in page. that you can actually have numbers that I throw out a lot of numbers because I know my numbers. Now, the why people are doing it, that's your market research. We want to know why they're doing it, what behaviors, what are their pain points, what are their motivators. And you can do that and envelope it beautifully into what you're already creating. It
That's
doesn't have to be, hey, do you want to jump in on a market research call to everybody that comes in? So the 3 questions that I have at the beginning of entry into my Facebook group, which is getting into my inner circle, has market research questions in it. It's got 2. Your gaps, where did you come from?
I love it. So, don't name names, obviously, but I helped Danielle write a presentation, and she told me the story about how she got to see people's funnels or lack thereof. And how did that? How much of that can you share or not share?
Okay. So there's a lot of big names out there. So I don't have to name names because you guys wouldn't even be able to figure out there's so many. And here's what I know is that they don't know their stuff. They don't know their numbers, why they're working and what they're doing. And they bring in team members like me to figure it out. And what there's a big disconnect between knowing how they can get results for their clients versus how they got results for themselves. It's a massive gap. It's one thing to do this for yourself and make it work for you. It's another to be able to bring that down and teach it and help your clients get the same results.
Yep. So
It is.
when Danielle said they don't know what they're doing, she didn't mean they don't know their business. She meant
Yeah.
they don't know how their marketing is actually working. And so she would get hired to go in and fix their funnels and their back. So she would log into their CRM, Infusionsoft, whatever, and she see what it really looks like and what a mess it was or how organized it was, and then would work with people at getting it put together.
Yeah, and what's actually what messaging's working, what funnels are working, what products are working, what's not, so that instead of doubling down on things that could be working, you can instead triple down on what is. And they don't know the behind the scenes stuff. And if they don't know the behind the scenes stuff, they don't know how to actually support their clients that way either.
Totally. Awesome.
You gotta know your numbers. You gotta know your numbers and the
It's just the
behaviors.
most exciting, sexy, and it works. So Danielle, thanks for being on today. This has been awesome. So you guys join us April 23rd through 25th at Entrepreneur City Light. Also, some other people join. Emma Holland joined. Hi, Emma. Tonio Garcia, nice to see you. Dorian Pearson, big shout out. Good to see you guys. Thanks for joining in. Please like and share. And then also, totally separate note, I made banana pudding pie last night.
Ooh.
With vanilla wafers and all that. But I put in this guy said to layer it with this other whipped cream, and I think it melted and it turned into soup. So we'll see if it's set up more today. But it was delicious last night. I'll bring you some. I'll virtually bring you some this weekend.
You're gonna eat it in front of me. Shovel it in. Yeah.
So what am I on? What can I tell people I'm on? Do you know about offhand?
You're on Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah.
I'm on Saturday at like 10:30 East Coast, I think.
Yes, right before lunch. So you're gonna wow them before they go and eat.
Cool. Awesome sauce. Well, I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to be a part of this thing and to learn. It's going to be really good to learn from these people.
It's going to be great. And then, guys, upgrade to the live. You think we're fun on here? We're even better in person.
She puts on a good event, a really fun event. Hey, how many people do you have registered for this thing right now?
Over 1,000.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
We should have started the show with that. 1,000 people?
Yeah, in less than 10 days. So I know how to do digital marketing. I didn't tell you that we had that many.
I knew it was climbing fast, but I didn't know there was 1,000. That's amazing.
Yeah, I just checked the numbers before I get. I'm like, oh, we just got over 1,000. There we go.
Oh, fantastic!
I know. I wanted to have 5,000, so I'll admit, the perfectionist in me is like, oh man, I really wanted to have 5, but hey, considering that I know you're like, stop it.
I'm not saying nothing. Cool. Any final thoughts?
Upgrades and come see us in live, and we'll find scooters, and Jase will show you guys around Atlanta.
Actually, last time we took a bunch of people out. We didn't take them out. We all went out together for dinner and drinks. And then I was like, "Have you guys ever ridden scooters?" So we all jumped on scooters together.
Yeah.
What was the date of that event?
It was
October.
October.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
I
oh
know
my
it was
God.
on October 17th. Well, the reason I asked is I was trying to remember if it was before or after I broke my leg. I think that was my first time to ride a scooter since breaking my leg. And my leg,
Aw.
did I have a? Did I still have? I think I still have crutches.
No, not the event that we met in person like a month or so before that. You were in crutches because I had to pick you up and drive you around.
Yeah, that was in.
We went to Walmart. Remember?
Yes.
She still has the video.
Yeah, we have good video. So, okay, that one I had crutches, but then the October event when we rode scooters all over the place, I didn't, and that was my first time to like ride scooters since I'd broken my leg, and that was super fun. But yeah, so we had like a bunch of us riding scooters down the streets of San Diego going to dinner. It was such a blast.
It was a good time.
Cool. All right, guys. Well, no promise on the scooters, but yeah, we will have an awesome time in virtual world and then in Atlanta in September, October, whenever it is. So, Danielle, I just love you. Thank you for being on. You are awesome. Anything you want to say? Final words? Other final words? Oh, live. So for real, you guys, you got an opportunity to get a ticket to the live. The live is really good, and there is some excellent networking to be had. And I think it's just gonna be nice to come together live again.
I know, right?
Yeah. Like what I'm looking forward to is people not bitching about being able to go like I got to travel to an event. Now it's like, oh, I get to go to an event.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Wait, for those of you who are thinking about doing live events, now's the time to start growing that list so that when it comes time to turn it on and go live, but you got to do a good live event because if people are excited and your event stinks, the word will spread. If people are excited and the event is good, the word will spread. So it's going to be a really good time. Awesome. Cool. You rock. Join us at bit.ly/EC Live Jase 2020 or just click the link in the comments and I put it in the description of the video as well. Thanks for joining us today. You are awesome.
You too, buddy.
Bye-bye.
Happy to. Bye.